They say it's a big rich town. I just come from the poorest part. Legal or illegal, baby, I gotta make it. What's up, y'all? This is Ty. Hold on. I just realized I'm singing the wrong theme song. That's this. That's the theme song to the original Power and to Power Book 2. But I am here to review Season 1, Episode 8 of Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. And tonight's episode is titled The Cost of Business. And yeah, there's a price to pay in this deadly business that they're in. But before I do that, I'm singing it wrong, so I know. Before I do that, I have to give a shout out to my lovely subscribers and you too. Bam! Hit the subscribe button. Y'all can subscribe too. Come on. My lovely subscribers. I think I have about 667 subscribers. I appreciate it. Thank you. Keep on coming in. Keep supporting the brother. Let's keep having fun. And shout outs to y'all because y'all really showed out in that review. The last two reviews of Tyler Perry's The Oval. Y'all was showing out in the comment section. Y'all was cutting up. And I do appreciate that. Let's just let this channel keep growing. The brother appreciates that. And with that being said, let me shout a few people out. Let's shout out the people that watch this show and discuss this show with me, my lovely subscribers. Simply Be Yourself 100. Savannah Rivers Amore. R.C. Kroger. Tony Tone. Quiet Guy. I believe House of Sir James watches this show too. Shout outs to Penny. And shout outs to June BLC. Go check her channel out because she does a review of this show too. And I want to know what she thought about tonight's episode. If she was like, whoa, like I was. Because this was a good episode. And I think I told you guys this. I was in a short film. We were filming this film, an independent film set in the 1930s. And I had my whole Harpo look, looking old school, whatever. I had to hide all of this. And that's done. And once that's up, I'll let you guys know where you can go check that out. And it's also a promotion. The short film is a promotion for the play as well. And the play we'll be doing in February. And and I got some gigs doing background singing. I'm getting gigs. I'm getting blessed. But you know what? I'm sorry. That ain't got nothing to do. Y'all like Ty. I did not come here to hear about that. But I always do that. Y'all came here for Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. So let's get right to this episode 8, The Cost of Business. Poor Nicole is dead. That dirty crack, that poisonous crack that they put out there. Crack is whack and cheap anyway. But now this instant killer crack that got the rat poison in it or whatever the hell is in it that's making them drop like flies. It took Nicole, which is Jukebox's girlfriend. And her name is Nicole, right? Yeah. And her family is so disgusted with Jukebox. Jukebox and Kanan go to the funeral or to the memorial, whatever it was. And the moment they got there, them people was like, if y'all don't get up out of here, like, you're not welcome here. And Kanan let her mom know she really did love your daughter. They ain't trying to hear that. First of all, they liked her at first until they found out she was an old lesbian. They homophobic. Soon they found that out. And then they're blaming her, saying, my daughter was... You influenced her. That black girl influenced her, which was not true. The girl was a lesbian, but they were in denial about that. And now these drugs, brought this crack up into my house. You done got my daughter smoking this stuff, and now she dead. We had a lot of people about this, because we got to keep up appearances. We had to say she had some kind of heart failure. We couldn't let them know our daughter was a crackhead. They just in total denial. And I felt really bad for Jukebox in this episode. But this is the cost. This is what happens. And it's all of this is triggering down from Kanan with that bad batch of crack that he made. That's crazy. Is there such thing as a good batch of crack? All crack is bad. But this is the instant killer crack. So, so I really felt bad for Jukebox. But then the episode gets more crazy. We see her standing outside their house And I'm like, I know she's not about to go in these people's house. What's wrong with this girl? You from the hood, you going into this nice brownstone. What's wrong with you? She breaks in there. Something, okay, you go in and get what you gotta get and leave. If you're gonna go in there. I'm not for you breaking in nobody's house, but I guess she was going in there so she could get the videotape of her and Nicole singing. What were they singing? Reunited. No, they wasn't singing that. What the hell was the song? But y'all, I think of you for 2 occasions. Whatever, the song they was singing. She wanted to come get that video of them singing. And she got real sad. But then she was sticking around a little too long. And I'm like, yo, Nicole, yo, Jukebox, you need to leave before you get caught. And as soon as I said that, here come the father walking in. And he was kind of nice about it. He was like, listen, you need to leave. But when the mother came in there, she was like, get out of here. You killed my daughter. And we had to lie to people. She just went off on Jukebox, like, blaming her for everything. And Jukebox just cried. And then the police showed up and they arrested Jukebox. And Jukebox is just crying, really sad, really hurt. And I felt bad for her. But she got lucky because Detective Howard helped her out because I believe he made a call or something and they let her go. Now, let's move on down to Rock helping out the lady who owns the bodega with her abusive husband. We see her coming in and serving the husband, and she purposely dropped the stuff. So she knew she dropped the stuff in his lap. She knew that was going to cause him to want to beat her up. And so he's swinging at her. She throwing plates at him. And then she runs outside into the garage. Homeboy runs out the garage following her. And Rock is right there. We knew that was coming. We knew that because once they made that barn in last week's episode, we knew that Rock was going to take care of that. And so now it's like, listen, you take care of me, I take care of you. Like that, in that order. She said, listen, just say this was a robbery or some foolishness like that. And after that, we see Rock driving, and Detective Howard stops her and pulls her over because in this episode, Detective Howard learned that it was actually Kanan who's been selling these blue cap, this dirty crack, this no good crack, this killer crack, instant killer crack. And, he arrested that young man, and the young man just squealed instantly. Oh, it wasn't me, it was Kanan. So now Detective Howard is conflicted because that's his son and he wants to get to know his son. So he pulls Rock over and he's like having a conversation with her. And he's like, listen, your son is involved in a lot of stuff and he could go down. And he's like, listen, you need to tell him that I'm his daddy. And we got some backstory here because we found out that they were messing around. She was a minor. We also found out that Defcom, who he thinks is his daddy, was actually gay. Because she said, yeah, he played for the other team and I was his cover-up. I was like, oh, wow. So we got some interesting things right there. But Detective Howard was even shocked. He said, Defcon was gay? And she said, yeah, but he's still more of the man you'd ever be. First of all, we got to give this actress, Patina Miller, she needs an award. She is acting her butt off. And I believe she's a Broadway actress. So that range, that goes to show you her range. Because, in Broadway, whatever she's in is probably much lighter or much... And she sings too. So I'm sure the other stuff she's done has been light. But just to show that range as an actress, she is really giving me that Queen Pen vibe. Really good here. So she's a good actress. I'm enjoying her. But in this episode, she was like, I like her facial expressions and all of that. So she's looking at Detective Howard like, I don't know about this. But he threatens her. He's like, listen, you're going to have to do this or it's going to come down to, I'm going to tell it all. And then people going to know you was messing with a cop and this, that, and the third. And this puts her in a sticky situation. Now, when she gets back to the house and gets back and sees Marvin, I thought that was a funny scene where she took that 4x4 and hit Marvin and was like, you just mess everything up. What is wrong with you? She told him she's done with him. She don't want. See, she's short-tempered. She says she's done with him. She don't want nothing to do with him. He's always messing things up, and she's just really pissed off about that. So, and rightfully so, because you got my son and all this foolishness. You doing these stupid things with him. Y'all jumping up. Y'all making a mess. Now we responsible for these blue caps, which are messing people up, and it's totally ridiculous. And it has consequences, because now you see that Neek, what's his name? Neek thinks that Rock has something to do with this. So he's ready to plot revenge, because he's like, this smells and reeks of Rock. He's wrong. His homeboy tried to tell him that he's wrong. Like, no, she don't really have nothing to do with this. He's raging and tearing stuff up. No. So he's ready to go to war. He wants to tear things down. Everybody's upset in this episode. Rock is upset. She goes to Kanan, and that was a good scene between her and Kanan. And she's telling Kanan, you don't listen. And she's right. You don't listen. I'm trying to tell you how things work. And he got slick with the mouth and said, you're the one. What did he say? He said something basically saying she made him the way he is or whatever, and something was her fault. She smacked him to the ground. Rock don't play with these people. And she told him, first of all, I had to clean up your mess. Clean up your mess with Buck 20. Then I had to clean up your mess with D-Wiz. She mentioned, and he's like, D-Wiz? She's like, yes, I had to have your friend killed because they were going to come back for you, so I had to sacrifice him. And I was like, whoa, she told him. So things are breaking down. She said, you don't know what goes on out here. And she's right. He's trying to be something, so trying to get down and be down, that he's not thinking. He's smart, but he's not thinking. He's doing things that's messing things up, and it is causing a lot of mess. Now you got bodies because of the drugs. Now you got the poison. You're responsible for that. And that bad batch that you put out has made a mess. There's consequences to this whole thing. Another interesting thing tonight, we saw Rock going to trying to get a deal with the new distributors, and they pulled out guns on her because they're like, hold on, what's this deal with you and Detective Howard? Yeah, we've been following you. What's going on here? I need to know what you're. And she said, look, I got a business plan. And she basically told him, listen, I'm the one who killed your cousin's husband for her. I was looking out for her. And she said, you think I'm killing somebody in the daytime and then being a snitch with a detective in the evening? No, he works for me. I like how she flipped that. She said, he works for me. So the guy was like, listen, as soon as you can tell me what your relationship with Howard is and what your plan is, then we can do business. And she's like, definitely, we can definitely do business. So I was like, okay, interesting. Other interesting things, and this was kind of a sad episode tonight. Kanan goes over to Davina's house, and they're packing her stuff up, and he's like, where is she? What's going on with her? Where is she? And we find out that Davina's mama has died. I wonder, did she get some of that blue crack too? The blue, I don't know. But Davina's mother has died, and now Davina and her sister have been taken by CPS, by the foster care. She's probably going to go into foster care. So I'm wondering how that's going to play out right there. And Kanan was very sad about that. And rightfully so, because, he's really feeling her. But there's so much going on. We also see tonight Lulu lets Crown know that we're business partners now. You don't have a choice. I put money up. You still owe me. Here's my lawyer. There's no negotiating, as he pulls out a gun. This is the negotiation. And so him and Crown are partners now. And Lulu is the one that's really reliable. That's who Rock really depends on. And in tonight's episode, she told what's his name? She told Marvin that she was done with him. She don't want nothing to do with him. He's an F up. He messed up. And that was another thing. Let me go back a little bit. Y'all hear that? Marvin was a crackhead. Marvin was using the supply and making a mess. And so he's always been an F up. And when he first got arrested at times, because he was so high on his own supply that he was trying to sell it to the police. This is what Rock tells to Kanan as she's telling him, the story about Marvin. And, Marvin, I still like the character Marvin. I think he's funny. He got some issues. And did y'all catch him in the nightclub with the white girl? What's her name? Tony. And after they having sex, you see the wire under her desk, the recording. She's trying to set him up and trying to prove that him and Rock are selling drugs. He's trying to set Tony up, but Tony didn't say anything. And Tony's stupid, but he didn't say. I mean, not Tony. Marvin is stupid, but he didn't say nothing in that room. And then you see the detectives or whatever telling her, listen, you said that he was a drug dealer, but it looks like you're the one has the issue. She's like, listen, I'm going to take them down. But the good thing is Symphony works in there, and Symphony heard the whole conversation. So Symphony is going back to tell Rock what he heard. And we know now that girl, you think your dog was hurt, you're going to be hurt now. They hurt your dog before, and they got rid of your dog. You about to be dealt with. You messing with the po-po, you trying to get people on wiretaps and all that. Yeah, you're going to go down. So that's going to be interesting. And then, of course, the kicker of the night was Lulu winding down. And we saw early in the episode, Lulu had some choice words with his girlfriend. They don't see eye to eye on things. He says it's never enough. She said that's the problem with you. She said that's the problem with you. I don't settle. You're right. I'm never satisfied. I'm always pushing for more, 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 because she was talking about the music and the business now that he's part owner of this business. But what happens? He's in the house all alone. He puts on some Isley Brothers, Footsteps in the Dark. I keep hearing footsteps, babe. That's my jam. In the dark, oh, in the dark. And he getting relaxed. He sat back on that couch. He got good and comfortable. Here comes Neek and his people. They throwing bomb in the house, throwing fire, set the house on fire, shot up the place. Oh my goodness. I think Lulu done went on to glory, y'all. That's what it looks like. We'll have to wait till next episode, but I think Lulu, I was like, dang, they shot that place up. Lulu didn't have a chance. Then, the smoke probably got to him. And he might have got shot too, who knows. But then, here comes Marvin coming down the street, and Marvin, they kind of ran him off a little bit, but he crashed his car, whatever, and he gets out and he takes Lulu out, and that's where the episode ends. But I think Lulu's dead. I hope he's not. I think Lulu's dead. I hope he's not. I hope he survived, but I think he's dead. Oh man, it's a crazy episode tonight. And so that's where we leave off. Now this forces Rock to have to deal with Marvin again, because now they have to, the war is really on now. That we're going to figure out what's going to happen next week. We're going to see what's going to go on. Is she going to let Detective Howard and Kanan have a relationship? The previews, it kind of look like she will, but we'll have to wait and see next week. I enjoyed this episode yet again. This show keeps me waiting for the next one. That's all I have for now, guys. So thank you all for watching. Leave your comments down below what you thought about tonight's episode. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video.